Sakhumbula abantu ukuthatha umhlabathi babeke kanje. Bese umjida kumele akushaye kanje ukushaye emehlweni. Akubrashe yabo, akubrashe ekhomba ukuthi uyibhali.
Eish, wonke umuntu bekafuna ukuba clever back then, yabo. Even growing up, I remember he used to say, "Ningabheka ama-business wami. These things are mine and your mother's. You guys still have to go out and get your own things. So don't ever think you are a millionaire because maybe I'm a millionaire." Buhle Mkhwanazi was there.
Okay.
Zungu was there.
Sure. Udlaleni izinja mo.
Andile Chalo was also there.
Sure.
Excellent. Career gone. Pressing in.
Ladies and gentlemen, let us put our hands together for RS Mashego. Mina ngibone unama initials ngathi la uthi serious kakhulu ithi ngizendele iprofile ngizendela ithi ezinama initials. Njayam.
Sure out.
Ukren.
Mnandi wena.
Ngimnandi nje. Welcome to Quantum Podcast.
Thank you for having me.
Sure. A long time angisacabi njayam.
Ngisasekhona.
Maybe even nama-subscribers ithi ayasho ukuthi lo muntu lo abantu ababhaya baletha la ubagcine kudala kahle kahle kanti uphilaphi? Yimi enginyamalele or yini eninyamalele?
Uwenyamalele.
Njani njayami mina ngicwele iscreen I'm everywhere ngicwele nekasi.
Sikubona escreen kuphela.
Next kanjani ikasi nje angisho uhamba ngemoto mina ngihamba ngenyawo. Ngiyadlala ngiyarenka ngarenka kanjani ngenyawo ngirenka umzansi wonke. Umnandi
njalo.
Nami ngikrenja yami. Yeah, so before siyafera nje sicela usitshele ukuthi kahle wow negama labelungu Robins. Negama labongama.
Eish. Lakawa itime legama leli labo.
Sure.
Angazi ukubeka sebenza kumapha amakhishi. Wangithola legama.
Sure. Yini meaning yelegama lichaza ukuthini?
I'm not really sure, but I think it's a British name, I think.
Oh, all right. Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah, mara colonize yibo vele. Ama pretends yibo was colonize. So akala uthi ama drinks ungawaletha bathi bakushaya ngadrink entswembu ngiyacala ukuyibona nami mfandafi.
Nami ngiyacala le. Singesawunelisa.
Angawara ina alcohol. So before ehle kasiringe kahle ukuthi le gama engilokhu ngikhuluma ngalo ukuthi igama lesingama la ubani lo gama kahle Fandafi Siblomeni ubani?
No Robins.
Yeah.
Robins.
Yeah. Oh, Robins Mashego. So ubani Robins Mashego? Because ikasi bakubiza ngolanga. Why bakubiza ngolanga before isiya kude? Why ikasi bakubiza ngolanga?
It's because of my height.
Okay.
I'm 1.96.
You.
So obvious.
Kadlala lo wemelo udlala basketball.
Kahle.
Where's up?
Yeah, I did, but
Wangayincane.
Bulicolo afuni.
Jeez. Oyidlala basketball phela nale yinde ayiboni ngakana.
Ngiyabona naye Bulicolo straight.
Serious. Mhlawumbe ngikubona uskate nje kuphela la. Mara hip hop ilimoshile kamoshile hip hop labafana bacabanga ukuthi base States. All right, so Robins Mashego bani?
In short, I can just say Robins Mashego first and foremost is a God-fearing man.
Sure.
Number two, is a very hard-working guy who believes in starting things from scratch.
Sure.
And seeing them through.
Okay.
Robins Mashego is a very outspoken guy. I really enjoy speaking. not just to people, but speaking things into existence also.
Declaration.
Exactly, yeah. IBhayibheli nalo liyasho ukuthi into ikhuluma ngomlomo mfethu. Uyibona ngamehlo.
Yini umehluko between ama-declaration nama-affirmation? Is it the same thing?
I think at the end of the day, they give you the same result.
Okay.
But in definition, I think they might be a bit different. Slightly different.
Sure.
Yeah.
Awungachubeka-ke usitshele ukuthi uba.
Yeah, so that's just a summary. But there's a lot to me there is a lot to me that I can speak of, but I'll speak the whole day.
Sure.
If I do that. But yeah, I'm just a simple guy that believes in crafting things from scratch and seeing them through. And I'm an outspoken guy, like I said. And I think those two things summarize everything that I am, actually. Yeah, just those two things really, really speak a lot to who I am and what I do and what I believe in.
Just take us through your upbringing.
Upbringing, I was born and raised in Tembisa.
Sure.
And then I only moved out of Tembisa in 99. 99. And I went to
Tembisa?
Lekane.
Okay.
Lekane. Yeah, that's where I spent
childhood
5-6 years.
Okay.
Sure. Yeah, and then I moved to Olifants in 1999. Yeah, 1999.
Sure.
Yeah, and I've been there ever since.
Okay. Manje yini into ekhumbulayo beyenzakala wena mawusakhula eKasi?
eKasi, we used to fight,
Kanjani ngoba abantu abaningi ababuya emakhaya bathi ngalusa mina ngaqhathwa yibo abathi bebalwa yabo. So eKasi benilwa kanjani?
Kube bezethembisa ngalenkathi lesiya.
Sure.
Yeah, bebazobona ukuthi ukula into enjani. Yeah, bisilwa nayo inkinto.
Ulwela.
Umuntu for fun, it was fun those days. I think that's why.
Zakhumbula abantu ukuthatha umhlabathi babeke kanje. Bese umjita mela kushaye kanje ukushaya emehlweni. Oh, akubrashe yabo, akubrashe ekhomba ukuthi uyibhala. Mara beke affecta ngani ukuthi umuntu akubrashe?
Wonke umuntu bekafuna ukuba clever back then.
Sure.
Yabo, and everyone wanted to outsmart everyone.
Okay.
So makakubrashe ubuso, it was a form of showing that he's above you.
Okay.
In terms of strata kahle kahle.
Streetwise, yeah.
Okay. Makakubrashe ubuso bakubonisa ukuthi uyintwana.
Yeah.
Ngitshele bakubonisa.
Yeah. So I believe into a trigger ama-fighter by eKasi.
Definitely. A lot of fights come from that.
Sure.
Because no one wants to be inferior than whoever.
Did you win any fight?
For me?
Yeah.
Ngishaya martial arts njalo.
Oh, okay. Wona unfair advantage.
Mina bengishaya lokhu into kudlala. Ngishaya.
Into engichazayo masiringa ngedisk ne. Wonke umuntu uthi mina bengimnandi. Masiringa ngokulwa wonke umuntu uthi mina bengishaya. Akekho umuntu uzokutshela mina mfana bebangidrapa njalo.
Like I said, nobody wants to be a smaller guy.
Sure.
Yabo. Yeah, but also I didn't just fight. I only fought when I needed to.
Okay.
And when I fight, lapho ke kufuneka amabherede, yabo. Namaphoyisa azostopa impi. But now, yeah.
eKasi bathi uphuma sile.
It takes time for me to get to that point.
Sure.
But when I do, then it really gets messy.
Yeah, most because bayanokusho vele ukuthi labantu abathatha isikhathi ukwate mabakwatile mfana bacontrol.
Yeah, kufuneka ifire extinguisher lapho.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah.
Angiyakuthola uthi amntweni bugeleza va.
I-crash ngena ku Mama Seko eTlama. And then grade R ngayicala eOlifantsfontein Primary. Ngaqeda vele ngo grade 7. Then high school I went to Littleton Manor High School and I matriculated there. Then after that I went to, I think it's EWC.
Okay.
Yeah, EWC. That's when I started my engineering course. And then I went to Central Technical College. Hey, nami ngigelezile.
Hayi. Lo mina umuntu ogelezile fada.
Nabo Unisa bakhona khona lapho.
Sure.
LLB khona.
Ula ushaya khona IT.
No, IT, I did it at a different
institution.
Institution. IT ngiqale nge-learnership.
Okay.
That was shortly after my accident.
As a keep up piece.
Keep up piece.
Sure.
Ngawela ku-IT. Ngathola ispan ku-IT. And that's how I found myself in IT.
All right.
Ever since then, I've been with UJ. I did a certificate also there, cybersecurity, in UJ, and then I did a lot of other short courses.
Sure.
The IT, but most of them were online courses.
Okay.
Which you can find on Udemy and all these other online platforms.
Yes, diploma no Tlhori Makau, the Capriv. Understand? So saring about ukukhulela family business. So nathi masikhule eKasi besicava ukuthi kunabo Mnguni, Mritingi, kunabo Tata, uDumehlezi, understand? So bekunalama time lawo wadumile eKasi, umsiza, then bekwaziyo ukuthi ke kaMashego la eMashimo, understand? Namanje like namanje kwaMashego basawubiza kwaMashego namanje ngare angakaMashego, one of the landmarks saseKasi, understand? So now wena ukukhulela ku family business bekunjani? Number 1. Number 2, yini into oyifundile from i-time?
Well, ukukhulela khona, obviously it's got a few advantages in terms of financial support and all of that. But apart from that, it also teaches you how to start everything from the bottom.
Okay.
I think that's why even today I stand firm in starting things from the bottom, because I believe if you know the roots of anything, then you'll know how to sustain it.
Sure.
Because if you don't know how it was built, you wouldn't know how to maintain it or sustain it.
Most stuff.
So I think that's one of the biggest lessons that I've got from growing up from a family business.
Sure.
And it wasn't really something that we wanted to do. During
school holidays when impintshi zakho zikufuna estradini idiski ithama or ne-olili bakulahlele shop.
Angilahlele shop ngihamba ugoba kancane.
Sure.
Le mali le icela sebenzela kanjani.
Sure.
But that really taught us a lot.
Yeah.
In terms of time management.
Yeah.
How to juggle 2 things at once or 3 things at once. Until this day, I can't even focus on one career path. Sure. Because of growing up there.
You learn how
to multitask. Sure. You learn how to juggle things.
Most stuff.
A lot of stuff. Because I remember Mangsuga, December especially. Uyazi intwana obvious ngidlala ibhola. Ngifuna ukudlala ifilice game. Indawo zakho zokuthi ngizosebenza lapha eshop kancane.
Yeah.
So my father would be like, no, ekseni hamba gym. And then makuthi gym uzuzo spa. So you can imagine doing that from the age of 15 until you're eventually 20-something.
Sure.
It becomes a part of you, becomes a part of your DNA. So that's what I used to do. I used to go and train. After training, I'd go in your spina, shayisa ngama 8 ebusuku, ngendlini ngiyalala. Ngigcwala istrata ngama 8, ngitshela amajita amadoda ngama 8 sohlangana. But it really taught me how to manage things and how to prioritize things and to just juggle and see what's important and what's not.
Sure.
So I can really say it was beneficial to me because apart from everything else, it also taught me how to run a business.
Okay.
And it also taught me the elements of keeping a business running and sustainable.
Sure.
It also taught me how to calculate cents. You understand how important a cent is and how important a 1 rand is. To me, it's a different,
Sure. Sure.
No, it's not that.
No,
But when you understand the value, the 100 rand,
The value of a 10 rand. The value of a 10 rand. Bro.
10 rand. 1
Sure.
rand even. That's where it
Sure.
starts. You know, once you put on 1 rand from a 100 rand note,
Yes, sir.
it's no longer 100 rand.
Yes, sir. Yo.
Chai. I'll send 100 rand. More millionaire, 120,000. Chai.
Ah, 1,000. 1 rand. I was just a millionaire.
Chai. You're no longer a millionaire.
Sure.
So that really taught me the value also of our money and how much it can actually do.
Okay.
You know, and my background, le money le yakudala. You know, le 100 rand le thenga isinkwa, thenga inyama, thenga impuphu.
Hey, mfethu, baba prepare buy yonke le nto.
Uya uthwe.
Sure.
100 rand. Le manje le ibela kuphela. Yabo. It's not the same.
Futhi kula malanga uwes ngoba siya request.
Yeah, request.
What the request ye Mall of Africa it's 120.
120 so yeah short.
Yes, sir.
Yabo. So
Sure.
coming from that background and looking at the world right now, it really teaches you a lot about value.
Sure.
Yeah. Really teaches you about value.
Then itime vele ona ama business anjani kuphi nakuphi so.
Yes. Umuntu ama property.
Okay.
He had a lot of properties. He had a supermarket, he had a bottle store, he had a hardware, he had a butchery. He had quite a few businesses. You know, he was.
Butchery sarana na mai.
No, the butcher. Butcher.
Sure.
Economy is
Yeah.
not really ideal.
Okay.
But bottle store is still up. Hardware is still up.
Sure.
His properties are still up.
Okay.
No, most of the things are still up.
Mm.
It's just the supermarket that isn't really functioning.
So when I was guy experience yakho yokukhula under ifamily okhule kuyo. So but iningi question engibuzile ongaka-answer ukuthi yini into efundile from time.
To be a hardworking guy.
Okay.
And not to rely on anyone else but yourself. Because no one else can ever take you where you want to go or where you see yourself. But only you can take yourself there. And you can't rely on Usia to, you know, put you on. You can't really rely on that.
Sure.
You have to put yourself on.
Sure.
You have to get things done yourself. You have to run the race yourself, unfortunately, for you to get to where you want to. And that's what he always taught us. Even growing up, I remember he used to say, Ninga business one. These things are mine and your mother's. You guys still have to go out and get your own things. So don't ever think you are a millionaire because maybe I'm a millionaire. No. You have nothing.
Yo.
So you have to go and work for something. So I think those are the principles that we were raised with. And they really, really, really taught us how to stand for ourselves. Even after the accident, you know, those words still used to ring. Which I can't expect people to feel sorry for me, man. I work my way up, irrespective of the situation.
Sure.
So yeah, I think those are the most important lessons that I learned from him. Other than that, it's just other parenting principles that anyone could get anyway. But yeah, I think the perspective that he left with us, yeah, that will forever live.
Yeah.
Yeah, within the family, within myself, within everyone that's around me, actually.
Ama-time abhaya, especially mina nawe sikhulele eChurch eli-1. So besinokubona ama-family abhaya, siyamcava, uma-old lady ka-long, but itime sometimes asilicava, understand? So i-point yami ukuthi besinokubona itime sometimes li-drive ifamily, ifike li-drop egate le church, bese lona liyavaya, later on liyalanda and stuff in. So what is your take on that?
Itime lami something that Sisi.
Okay.
Uma-old lady umzalwane.
Sure.
So I was just happy that both of them believe in something.
Sure.
Timer makshubile bekathandaza. Ma-lady makshubile bekathandaza. So it really made me realize the importance of spirituality. Whether uguphi, you must have some form of
something ubhilivela kuyo.
Yeah. Something uzoma good.
Sure.
Yeah, ukuthi makubhede ngiyale. Makumnandi ngibonga le.
Okay.
You know, And that really made me who I am today. You know, because I don't believe if I didn't have such a strong spiritual background, I would be where I am today, or have the mindset that I have today. You know, because also spiritually, I think we are not even. I know we are more spiritual beings than physical beings. You know, and I think that's what I live by. That's what I always remind myself. Because without that, you're practically an empty can. You know, and then who's also see uzokalisa.
Sure.
So that really brings out the value in someone. That's where the value is. In their spirituality, that's where the being is at. Yeah, the physical, I don't really.
So I believe you're also teaching me something which we can coexist. Understand?
Yeah.
So I don't have to force you into my faith. So niyakhona ukuthi nibe couple ningakhonzi endaweni eyi-one but nihlangane nge-common goal.
At the end of the day, the goal is to be closer to God.
Then in that situation, abantwana bawelaphi? Because of sometimes nami ngifuna abantwana bawele into my faith. Noma Olina ufuna bawele into her faith. So a decision nina niyenza kanjani sabantwana? So the reason ngibuza le question, when you from that environment, so you know better. So awukhulumi nje into ongayazi, you're talking from experience.
So Itamalami, fortunately or unfortunately enough, he wasn't a person of forced abantu ukuthi bakhethe yabo. He literally tell you ukuthi if yenza into kusebenza la.
Okay.
Yabo, if ufuna ukusonta nabelungu hamba usonta nabelungu. Yabo, mafuna ukusonta nomawalidi hamba usonta nomawalidi. Mafuna ukusonta nami asambe usonta. Yabo, but as long as
wonke umuntu ayesontweni la ekhaya,
we are somewhere at the end of the day. Yabo. And I think that really gave us an opportunity to choose for ourselves.
Okay.
Yabo, now uhambe uyobona la ufila kanjani la. Does it really fulfill me? No. Think check lapha. Yabo, it gave you that option or that opportunity to go and choose for yourself. But obviously mawukhula you'd go anyway. Ngoba sasemncane wasn't it? But uyoza ngapha wena. Uyahamba, uyoza ngapha, uyahamba. But also being there gives you a taste of what you're signing up for. So for us, it was just a matter of experience both and choose one.
Sure. All right, awuthiyami mina ngigeyimile nawe idisk and ugeyimile abantu ababhaya nje ayabi. Kunenye awuthiyami uMasango ingitshela ukuthi wena busweep. Angithi kanjani le mina ngiyazi ishaya amanqawu. Echurch besithembe yona. Phela mama khona wena weswina before igame icala. Basana bo hope lapha yama tournament. Besazi ukuthi heavy score.
Nika 7 pass.
Fethe le yakho lisufi lapha pasana ngobungani. Mina bengidlala imidlalo mara makhona wena ngidlala emuva ngithi hayi manje ngidlala emuva ngiyazi khona umuntu ozoshaya isipani. Sure. So indaba yakhe idisk nje yami esecareer iqala kanjani?
It started 2008. Yeah, 2008, 2007.
Sure.
I was 13.
Sure.
I was 13 at that time. I love you actually. Hospital View.
Sure. On
the same ground, Langrani team corner.
Okay.
That's where I started playing. Sasa Ikravu. I remember it was.
Sure.
Let me tell you the full story.
Yeah.
I'm sure now we'll do outside.
Angichavi.
A funeral ga Maulidi Gatab.
Okay.
Lusuf.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's where everything started. I hadn't met Ulusufi at that time, but my mom, Berasontana.
Sure.
So it became a thing, Yoguti, obviously, the soccer boys, they support the tat. Basha kids, matrix suit, and Mawat.
When Novano Mauli.
Oh,
okay.
Including the PlayStation. Mauli Dule, Majavon, Paso. Uniform, kwenzakala ahamba abuza athi kwenzakala athi team isendawene so icoach yakho ihlale olifana Hlala ulifana. Nathi sihlala ulifana. Ubani coach? Bayamkhomba vele. Aye vele kule coach akhulume naye ambuze phela nami nomntwana endlini. So, yabo? He's into sports. He's a very active child, but I got a team around here. So ngizwiwa to uhlala ulifana. So I don't know if I can bring my son to come and play. That guy, he really loves it. He loves intwana ezincane. He's like, no stress. Umakoko wendlini uyangitshela uthe wena mandi uyejimini. Mandi ngejimini kanjani manje? Athi ngikutholela i-team khona i-team la eview so. Coach akhona ihlala la. Hawu. Coach bani? Why mina ngingamazi? Athi hayi i-Hotman bathi Johnson. Johnson. Okay. Uhlala kuphi? Uhlala la eMidrand News. Okay. No stress. How? Bekuyi Saturday. The next morning, sesiye wood meat man. Wood meat. Wenzani manje wood meat? Kuyothenga amabhutsi.
Okay.
Monday ngiyangena phela.
Nara night.
Siyalapha eNike lapha.
Sure.
Ngikhetha ibhutsi. Monday vele sekuyimi vele. But isikhwama ngimele transport ngejimini. It was the first time ngijima ne-team.
That's why you question a bit professionally.
Yeah.
Because of ngiyacaba team obvious came.
Team babe silikhahlela nje. Uyinkomo vele.
Ubukhahlela kuphela.
Khahlela kuphela.
Ibuyile bayibeke emuva.
Yeah, yabona. Mangikhathela ngithatha ibhola lami ngihamba.
Noma bakubhenje noma ngidliwa.
Yeah, mangangeni adlala. Yabo. So I joined the team at the time about Johnson.
Sure.
It was called Kangaroo FC.
Okay.
Kangaroo FC. Welaphi view. I started kuma under 13 there. Ngaqala khona bangifundisa vele the basics, the diski. I think it was, I can't remember the month exactly. But the following year we went for Amatrai.
Okay.
Events. Satraila. So that guy, what he used to do, he used to take everyone for trials, every division. See a farmer trial, a pivot. Pasisa vets, Satraila. I started trial. Funny enough, I was selected. I just started this thing a couple of months back. About manje, someone selected. I'm waiting. Ngithe mawulet. Ngidlala ku vets mina unganginyathi. Senginja kakhulu.
Ngangiyazi.
Ngangiyazi.
Ngithathi kancane.
And from there, that's how it started.
Sure.
I was at Vets Juniors from under 13. I played under 13, under 14. At the time, no, there were no under 14s. There were under 15s.
Under 15s.
So from under 13, we went straight to under 15s. I played at under 15. And then I think towards the end of the season, the transport was shy. Johnson had to move. So now we lost the transport. We didn't have transport to go all the way to Joburg. And it wasn't ideal for you to travel to travel in a taxi. We were at Joe's at age 15-ish.
And the foot nails cards are corn. Because of the I mean, it's into a damba. Sure.
Now I have to travel to Joburg to go and train. So it was a bit of a strain. So I was like, hey, you know what? Let me look for something this side of the world. So that's when I went to Tax.
Okay.
And then I joined the Tax and I played at Tax for like 3 years also. Yeah, until I was 19. Yeah, 19. I started training with the first team. And then they gave me a pre-contract. Then after the pre-contract, I was loaned out. But before the loan, I asked to leave actually. Ngoba bengibona ukuthi ngeke ngidlale la. Hayi, ngcono ngizihambele mfethu. Ngencenga elsewhere. Yabona ke wona ujwayele game time manje uzohlala ebenchini for that long. Yabona no.
Competition be high.
Yeah, the competition.
Okay man, ubani Tax? Abadlala professional or abadlulile?
Buhle Mkhwanazi was there.
Okay.
Zungu was there.
Sure. Udlaleni ezinja mo.
Andile Chali was also there.
Sure.
A lot of guys. Our Grant were there. Grant Kikana, no, Sundowns.
Sure,
a lot of guys were there. A lot of guys are my product of the Tax. They just don't mention it.
Sure.
You know, yeah, it's a very good
development structure.
Yeah.
Sure.
It's proper. Now also, After that, I went to African Gunners. From African Gunners, I went to JDR Stars. JDR Stars, I went to Pubs. From Pubs, I went to Highlands. You know, actually, it was a journey. It was a journey until I was on trial with Mamelodi Sundowns. I was on trial there, and then that's when my accident happened.
Sure.
Before even I could secure a lot of stuff, it was cut short. Out. How? Accident. Career gone. Depression in.
Yeah.
I wasn't depressed, but yeah, I was really sad. I was very disappointed when that happened. But yeah, practically that's how my career went.
Because also ufikile awuthiyama asivele singene ku-accident yakho.
Yeah.
Sifuna usitshela nge-accident yakho nokuthi ka-affect kangakanani. Because we are also trying to help someone position yakho omunye icede kuyenzeka manje. Makabukela le episode uzobona ukuthi no, it's not the end of the world.
Yeah.
Nangu umjito ukwazile bounce up back.
So my accident happened June 17 or 18. It was late at night. So I can't remember whether it was the day before or it was the day after. But it happened then. View. I was driving Sandero. And then Imoto Ivela from my lane, funny enough. These are on my lane. Coming towards me, and I'm like, I'm a light, I shift. It's high. Will he come back this side? Or vele ushayile nokuthi maybe lo muntu lolela angazi. You know, there was a lot of speculations that were happening in my head.
Sure.
So I went onto the oncoming lane, and he was still in my lane at that time. I went onto his lane. A few moments later, I think that's when he realized that, no, man, why is this guy driving on my left when he's supposed to be on my right? Then only then, and I had already anticipated that. So I must be ready. You know? So the way I had anticipated. When he wanted to come back this side, I went this side. Back into my lane, he went back into his lane. Funny enough, I don't know why he went back into my lane. Yes, sir. It's you know, it's a bit steeping on the sides also. So on the open field on this side. So yeah, roll. It rolled over 3 times, and then I was out. Yes, I woke up in hospital at that time. Oh. When I woke up in hospital, I remember the first thing I saw was those xenon lights, those bright lights. Where am I? I don't have this light room in me. Why is there so much light all of a sudden? When I'm trying to come back to my senses, nurse. Why? Why am I need to nurse? What's a go?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
No, like literally being in a movie, but I never thought it's something that could happen. Right?
Yes, sir.
And I actually experienced it. And I was shocked at that time. Then that's when they told me, you were involved in a car accident. Car accident. And well, I remember driving but not getting home. So I was like, anyone, yeah. I was like, clearly along the way, something happened. I'm just waiting for someone to tell me the story. I still have my phone. Lucky enough. These days. Accident.
Sure.
I called my brother, I called my sister, I called my mom. My mom was telling me, maybe
yes, sir.
You know, I called her, she didn't pick up, she was at church. I called my sister, I called my brother. My brother came, called my mom. That's when my mom found out that I'm in hospital. How now, especially that's to hell, man. Guys, I don't know. I really don't know. I'm also waiting for someone to tell me the story. But as days went by, it started like playing in my head. I was at Tembisa Hospital at that time. And then my mom decided to go to Asian Fit. But Tembisa, they were like, they'll only find an operator. I think they said in 2 weeks or something.
Mm.
So my mom was like, hey, 2 weeks? So for 2 weeks? That's too much. And at that time, I'm sure Baba develop medical aid and all of that. So it's like, hey, Fitz, shift on Lomuntu. Let me say Unitas. And when Unitas, we might get a much more sooner date than what those guys are telling us. 2 weeks is too much. Because at that time, I couldn't even sit up. So I couldn't do anything. The only thing I could do was to do this. And shift the conduct pair. So, Bangsa Unitas, that's when the operation happened. So, I had a crack on my spine.
Okay.
It's a fracture.
Sure.
So, I had to bambis on the spine so that they grow back together. So they did that at Unitas, and then I was moved to Edcare Midstream for rehabilitation. I think I was there for like 2 weeks. And then from Edcare Midstream, I went to Mulemed. Mulemed, it's in Pretoria for rehabilitation and physio. So yeah, ever since then, I've been attending my sessions there. Till this day, I still attend some of my sessions there. But I think the most painful experience was after the operation at Unitas. Because obviously that's when, I think I spent a month and a half at Unitas. Yeah, a month and a half. Because I also spent a month. I was practically in hospital for 3 months after the accident. But just 3 different hospitals.
Sure.
So the most painful experience was when, obviously, the doctor told me, chances are I might not go back to the field. Yeah, I think that's where.
And you truly loved the game.
I really loved it. I actually saw myself playing soccer more than anything else. More than
was the only thing being fulfilled.
Yeah, it was the only thing that fulfilled me. The only thing that makes sense. The only thing I understood, back and forth. But Ngulunkulu had other plans. So the doctor told me, you want to take a bit of time to Paul completely. And by a bit of time, I'm not talking about months, I'm not talking about weeks. I'm talking about a couple of years. And looking at, I think I was 24 at the time. Yeah, 24. I was 24 at the time.
Yeah, I still had time.
I had a lot of time.
Yeah.
And looking at where I was at the time, the type
You're
of
almost there. Now,
I was feeling. So I think that was the most disappointing part of it.
Okay.
If it had happened maybe 3 years before, before things got a bit serious,
sure,
then it would have been an easier pill to swallow. But when it happens at that time with that team, it's a bit of a letdown. But at some point, I had to accept it, because it's something that I can't change. So, and I've always been a person that really doesn't stress much about things that I can't change. So I just had to accept it. And I think that's where the counseling comes in. The thing is very important. Just that a lot of people don't take it as serious, but it really helps with swallowing the pill.
Okay, sure.
Because at the end of the day, you need to swallow the pill. Otherwise, it will just swallow you.
Ish.
As small as it is, it will swallow you.
Ish.
Trust me. So I swallowed the pill and I moved on. Okay. One side, let me just focus on getting better and see what will happen from there. Because the doctors might say this, but what if God has different plans? No. God had the same plan the doctors had.
Okay.
Because looking at things right now, I don't think I was meant to play at that level. I think I was more of a person that's supposed to make sure that other people get there.
Okay.
And along the years, after the whole situation, then that's when the coaching started. You know what? Let me not focus on work. Let me go to work and coach at the same time.
Asibuyele emuva kancane awuthemba. Ubani abakhumbulayo bonabo ku-Sundowns?
Yeah, everyone. Lafore, Zwane. You know, I literally had 3 sessions there. 3 training sessions.
We train on the first team.
Yeah.
Okay.
But obviously, because of their busy schedule.
Sure.
Yeah. So I trained with the guys that were not selected to travel with the team at that time.
Okay.
Yeah, and nobody knew. Only my family knew that I was training there.
Okay.
So I think that's what also made it an easier pill to swallow, because
you didn't have to explain yourself to people. Sure,
yeah.
Understand.
And I couldn't blame anyone. When I'm actually accident,
yeah,
you know, so only my family knew. You know, but yeah, I was there with a lot of guys. Check, I was also part of the squad at the time. Pesita was also there. A lot of guys that were promoted from the development team.
Sure.
Those are the guys that I was familiar with.
Sure.
Because those are the guys that I used to play against.
Madisha,
when I was at Taxi, the late Madisha.
Sure.
Madisha was worse because me and him shared the same representative.
Sure.
An agent now.
Sure.
We shared the same guy. So we used to train together at Olifa.
Okay.
So it made it easier for me when I got there. Because at least it's a familiar face.
Sure.
Yeah. But he was also traveling with the team most of the time. So I was practically alone. But it didn't feel like I was alone because I wasn't there to make friends. But yeah, you know, I was there with a whole lot of quality guys that we see right now on screens.
Oh, no wonder Fabi Sundowns.
Yeah. It's a big team, my friend.
Sure.
It's a big team. Yeah, it's a really big team.
Then I'm going to go coaching.
Coaching, I think I started 2020.
Sure.
2021. I started with a small group of boys, Olifants, you know, that aspired to become football players one day. Started with them. I started with a friend of mine called Zianda. We coached these boys. He's the one that actually called me in. The boys like, I think you have much more better knowledge.
Understanding, sure, yeah, knowledge.
You've been to quite a number of, you know, professional clubs.
Sure.
So your training was a lot better than what I got. So
on experience.
Yeah, let's help these boys get to a level where we couldn't get. So I was like, you know what, let's go. Maybe this is what I was called for. I went into coaching and starting a player maybe 6 or 7, and the number grew. And as the number was starting to increase, I think that's when I started realizing that, you know what, let me take this a bit serious. Serious. And then it was an Olifants at that time. We used to train on just an open field, a parking. Organize my friendly, and then while I was playing, I think Vets at that time. Vets and Tax. There was the team laying managed. Or I partially own the team right now.
Sure.
EV Tigers. They're the ones that called me, like, the coach. We are coach because we once played a friend with them. And then by time fit, we tried into pants. Here we already have, you know,
a structure.
We established. You know the roots of this team.
Sure.
When it started, you were there. you're one of the guys that started the team, even though I wasn't playing there entirely, because I used to share responsibilities with club level football. If maybe bona badlala Sunday, mina ngidlala Saturday. Sunday bengivuka ngiyosiza bona. Yabo. So I really knew the club like the back of my hand. So I went there, and that's where it really made sense. You know, that's where I saw the vision. That's where the picture was a bit more clearer than what it was in Sasa Olifan. Yabo. So from there, I started, I think, with the under-17s and the first team. I think it was 2022 at that time, 2023. Yeah, 2022, 2023 season. That's when I started FU Tigers. We won the league in under-17, and then we were runners-up in the first team. And then the next season, we won it again in under-17. We were third place in the first team. And then last season, I left FU Tigers. That time I thought, maybe you guys don't want to win the league in the first team, but it's uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Things can be a bit tough.
Sure.
Then I left and I went to SAB team, Black Pirates, and then I started coaching there. I think Sipume number 5, Elikini. It was a really, really tough season. It was my first season in coach at SAB.
Sure.
And yeah, it was really, 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 really hard. But also it taught me a lot about SAB. And then I coached, I stayed there for a season, which was last season. And then this season, I was like, no, let me go back home. I've learned what I wanted to learn. And also, FU Tigers.
Sure.
He also had other commitments to attend to.
Okay.
So I was like, no, this is a good time to go back home. So now I'm back home, and we are currently number 1 on the log. Second round, so I'm just hoping that the boys do commit, and then win the league, promote the team, SAP.
Sure, sure.
That's the goal right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's practically my experience with coaching. And yeah, no, I'm lying actually. Before I'm coach at EKAS, Olifan, then coach at school level.
Okay.
My high school. I went back to my high school and I coached there for a couple of games, not too much. I think it was the remaining 10 or 9 games. I coached, and then I was like, no, I can't coach school level. School level is not long enough. In high school, it's just the winter
sure.
sport.
Yeah.
It's about 3 months.
Yeah, just for one season.
Yeah. So I was like, I think we'll cast.
When we lifestyle and you feel everything.
When I feel everything,
sure.
Because and I'm not talking football. Life doesn't make sense. So that's where it started. I went to coach my high school, and then in my community, then out of my community, and then into SAB, and then now I'm back at FU Tigers.
Ngokubona uposte most of the professional players like mabadlala or especially Nedbank, ngiyabona ukuthi izibhawu ne relationship nazo and stuff in. So abobana abamentorayo and abobana abanye futhi that or who are playing professionally and uyacava ukuthi kune role edlalile empilweni zabo.
It's quite a few guys that, well, most of my friends right now are guys that I grew up playing with.
Oh, okay.
And those are the guys that some of them are still playing professionally right now. You know, Abu Sillo Mutsipe is one of them. Abu Tsepo Mashiko is one of them.
Again.
No.
No, Mashiko, no.
Yeah, that's how Mashiko.
Sure.
You know, a lot of guys, a lot, you know. Just that now I can't really think of all of them, but
sure.
Yeah, most of them, you know, some of them right now are semi-professional. You know, they're young, they're upcoming.
Yeah.
I'm just hoping.
That's why I'm mentioning indaba ye-Nedbank Cup because of
Nedbank Cup,
laba
yeah,
participate
yeah.
khona nokubona bapostile ukuthi all the best or good luck whatever and stuff.
Yeah.
Sure.
Those are guys that I also had a hand in bettering their football and making things better for them. I think I've got a couple of players right now who are also abroad. They were playing abroad that I'm still mentoring. I still talk to on almost a daily basis. You know, it's a family that you create in football.
Sure.
So yeah, I really have a big family, and I'm just hoping that things really go well for them.
Asikhulume ngama-challenges of being a coach, especially being a coach to ama-players angaholi.
Oh, that's really challenging because that's one thing that a lot of guys don't take into consideration. Who develop a player.
Sure.
It really takes a lot, and by a lot I mean a lot of time, a lot of money, a lot of sacrifices, a lot of knowledge that you need to have, a lot of understanding of the game that you also need to have, a lot of analytical skill that you need to have for you to identify the challenges that this specific player has and how you can make it better and how you can turn a weakness into a strength.
Sure.
And how you can maintain their current strength. It takes a lot. You'll really underestimate it.
And how to accept defeat. Ngeke win njalo. Ngeke win a game, sure.
How to bring a team back from, losing an important game, maybe. It's really challenging. Like right now, I'm in a challenging situation right now. But at least we've been on top of the log before in the previous seasons. So it's nothing new to us. But now it's all about how do we stay there? What did we do wrong in the previous season?
Sure.
You have to look at that also. That means you have to remember things that happened 2 seasons ago, and try to break it down and try to, what's this word? Try to look at the current state, your team, and try to see if you're not going down that same route.
Sure.
Or if you are maintaining a new route properly. It's really a challenging position to be in. Because you deal with almost, well, for me it's different because I have to deal with all divisions.
Sure.
I have to overlook under 13s, under 15s, 17s, and the first team.
Sure.
But this season, I think we've narrowed down the margin to only focusing on the first team and see what we can get from there. So that's the only challenge that I have right now. And to be quite honest, it's a headache. It's a headache because these guys, you don't pay them. Some of them are still in high school. Some of them are starting varsity. Some of them by a span.
Sure.
So you have to balance also the body requirements as a baller. Fitness-wise, mental stability also for the guys that are studying.
Omunye beka first 11 manje uthola ispan. Sometimes unokuspana ngama-weekend game angawo.
And he was our key player.
Eish.
Now you have to, but as a good coach, that's what you always have to do.
Okay.
You have to develop players to become key players.
Sure.
So that you have at least 22 key players. Then you know that you can rotate the squad properly.
Yeah. Do this. Ngale, on your other shoulder. Yeah, I attract yonke. Yeah.
So yeah, those are the little, not so little challenges that you come across as a coach. At the same time, I still have to play a role as a chairman. I still have to play a role as a director, as a technical director.
How would you most know? Sure. Good now we pass on that. Otherwise, we are striving.
But it's football.
Sure.
I think the more you learn, the better. You can never say you know enough in football. You always have to keep on learning.
Any advice to Kaizer Chiefs, Atiyam?
Kaizer Chiefs.
What can help Kaizer Chiefs ukuthi ibuyele back to its glory days?
Me.
Yini engayinceda?
Him.
Oh, ayencaye confidence yami. Hola coach.
Yeah, I'm about to me. Never right.
Sure.
Because no,
What
but
player
also,
now?
I'm a player. They do have.
Okay.
They do have.
Okay.
They just need a bit of patience, a bit of love, man. You know.
Mm.
Now I'm a player, man. They just need a bit of fighting spirit, man. When I was chair, you know, I think even if you bring Pep Guardiola to the team, you know, if the players' mindset are not on the same level, then chances of you getting results are slim.
Okay.
You know, your performances will fluctuate. You know, football is not all about talent at the end of the day. It's about the mentality also. It's about the heart. You know, it's about the willingness. Players need to have that, and you can't coach that. Unfortunately, you can't tell a player to love soccer. You can't. You just have to pray and ask God for players that love soccer, so that when they come, you don't have to talk about that part.
Sure.
It comes naturally with them.
But angisho ama professional teams awaletha na motivational speakers. Even the ex-soccer players, ama legend, azwakala zo motivate these boys.
I was talking to a friend of mine the other day. I'm like, Kaizer Chiefs, nah? Or any other club. No more Tata, why is England? Waletha Wayne Rooney, or waletha Steven Gerrard. There's also Kuluma now. At the end of the day, it's their decision to make. It's the player's decision to make to actually love the sport and actually commit to it. You know, it's like Mjolo. And I always compare Itiski no Mjolo because you know Itiski you can compare it to anything. Yabo, into mazana mengakufuna ikufuna.
Yes sir.
Yeah, mengakufuna.
Noma ngincenga kanjani?
Noma ngathengile ipaint.
Yes sir.
Ayikufuni.
Yes sir.
Nebhola linjalo. You have to. It has to be a personal decision. But you know what? I'm going to commit to this thing. I'm going to work hard, and this is where we are going to get.
Sure.
Yeah. So noma ngalethi coach ekhuluma isilungu esingakanani, or ukhuluma iAfrikaans, or isha iSpedi, or isha ini. If the players don't commit to the plan, then you practically don't have a plan.
Sure.
So bazoya badlala into abayithandayo nje ngoba into abafuna ukuyenza phela bona. You know, so that's why I'm like, ish.
Yazi ukufakazela into eringayo awuthiyami. Ngibone the way Sundowns winning ngakhona against Pirates, na the way they won against MC Alger.
Yeah.
These guys, they have a big heart, bro.
It's commitment.
And abayijwayelanga lose. They hate losing.
They hate losing.
So once you hate losing, bro, uzolwa ngayo yonke into nayo.
Everything.
Sure. Because amanye ama-game uyabona ukuthi ayiwina ngocoach.
Players win.
Sure.
Simple as it.
Yeah.
Fana nathi last week we drew a game we were supposed to win. Yeah. It felt like a lose to us. Because you create so many chances and you only score one. They get one chance and
luck was
one.
not on your side on it there. It happens.
It wasn't.
It happens.
But also you have to, as a coach, you have to bring the players back.
Sure.
Now, because to them it's painful. You know, some players didn't even come to training this week.
Yes, sir.
The way it's so painful.
They're still mourning.
They're still mourning. They're mourning a draw.
Imagine you lose by Zadi.
But those are the type of things that you have to deal with.
Sure.
In this field, yeah.
Before Zvala, Utiami, we invited last year, but unfortunately, we didn't wait to work very labo.
Yeah.
Last time now, we spent time. So, you losing your fiance and you losing a timer. I later am a flashback of what happened to your accident when you handle the situation.
I think God was actually preparing me for this moment.
Okay.
Because I lost my brother first.
Yeah, I remember.
I think it was 2020.
Sure.
Shortly after my accident.
Sure.
I lost my brother through another car accident. A year later, I lost my dad. And then Sapumulanyana again family. And then obviously
Sure.
So Saluza now. You know, so I think airtime, those were the biggest losses before the last year.
Sure.
You know, and I think the pain that we went through at that time, it really So we better in a way that will make you understand how I also felt. But it wasn't an easy thing.
And noma ngayibeka kanjani angeke understand.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, it wasn't easy, but at the same time, it made me value life a bit more.
Okay.
You know, it really showed me time is not what we have.
Sure.
You know, so I think that's why I perceive life with the eye that I have right now, and I always push to get things done, because if I don't get it done, I might not wake up tomorrow to get it done. So I'd rather get it done now. And
that's why the name of my company is Get It Done Production.
Sure.
Sure.
Okay. So it really taught me a lot of stuff about value. Value. You know, I think the more we value time, the more we value each other, the more we value the things that we have, the things that we lose, you know, the more the heart gets to appreciate what you have. I understand? Because the more you lose, the more you learn to appreciate what you actually have right now. You know, because you can't always moan and cry over things that you've lost.
Sure.
But you can always look forward to appreciating and spending more time with the guys that you still have around you right now.
Sure.
So that even if tomorrow they're no longer here, at least, you know, you've gotten the full experience of Usia or of whoever that is close to you.
Sure.
So I think all these losses, they really, really, really made me value the guys around me. That's why every little time I have, I go and I spend with someone that I haven't spent time with.
Sure.
I want to fit, what's up? Let's catch up. Talk to me. Because you can never know when the last conversation will be. It can be any time. It can be today. It can be the next 2 hours. When I'm sure man, you want to do to con. Who's over time? Fetch lo muntu asophe.
Over here.
Kusasa izolo ngo-8. So 8.
How? You want to bring 7:30?
7:30.
Yes, sir.
You know, that's how life works. That's how life is actually. And growing up, when we were told these things, we never took them serious. Until mine, just school, I said, okay, we are losing friends, we are losing partners, we are losing, you know, immediate family, you know. So I think that really made me value time, presence, and the actual enjoyment that you get from being with people. That really put a nail to to the poster in my heart, you know. But yeah, I think those losses were really educational.
Sure. I feel you, Tim. Yeah, man, I'm sorry for your loss. I know which thing ends up Makbani. People they always say, it happens, bro. See how it happens, but it's true. Understand? Yeah.
So, you can never prepare for it
also. Sure. No, minimally I'm applying jam, but still I'm correct lose.
Yeah.
You see.
I think that's also one of my biggest fears. Makoko. Not Makoko, guys. Me first.
And ipheni yomzali ukulahlekelwa umntwana iworse.
Yeah, it's worse.
Worse.
I saw what it did to my dad. I saw what it did to my mom also.
Sure.
Yeah, it was really. I think that's what hurt us most. Seeing them hurt.
Sure.
Yeah, it really killed us.
Sure.
Siblings.
Yeah. One of the reasons it's busy last because of you're comfortable with story stuff. I remember during COVID, you used to motivate to go Facebook and stuff or social media. So inspirational up the happy.
Well, I do have a spiritual gift.
Okay.
Which is it's to prophetic speak. You know, I speak things and things happen.
Sure.
You know, so how I discovered that is I just saw by the volumes of people that always needed assistance from me, in terms of advice, in terms of spiritual guidance, in terms of just general everyday life, you know. So because of those volumes, I was like, I can't respond to every DM that I get.
Okay.
So I'd rather have a platform where I conversate with people. You know, I don't get there and deliver a message and leave. No, I make it a platform where it's open and people can pose questions that they want, and they can come up with problems that they are facing. And me helping one person with 1,000 more people listening, there could be 200 more in the crowd that are going through the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I think that's the inspiration that really pushed me to go down that lane. And I think we went for a good 2 years. Yeah, 2 years of motivations are every day.
Sure.
Yeah, we went for 2 years, and then I lost my brother, and then I came back, and then I lost my dad a year later, and then I was like, yo,
it's too much.
Now I need the motivation. Now I need it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So I think I pulled away from that channel a bit, and I do want to go back.
Okay.
I think one day I will go back.
Sure.
But I think I'll just let God, you know, take control and put me back there when the right time,
sure,
you know, has actually arrived. You know, but for now, I feel like the group that I have, the soccer boys that I have, you know, my circle, yeah, I do enough talking there. You know, I think that's where I should start, actually.
Yeah.
You know,
that's your pulpit.
Yeah,
that's where you should preach.
Yeah.
Sure.
So once I get, you know, my circle into order, then I know that I can extend my hand to the broader circle that I have, you know, and hopefully go abroad, you know, and speak to guys abroad, because you never know what they're facing. Sure. You know, the more problems you speak about, the more knowledge you gain.
Yeah, plus manje social media yenze life yaba easy out here,
much easier.
Yeah, manje you can reach out to anyone. Yeah. Siyabonga Uthiyami, thank you for sharing your story, and thank you for ukuzobloma nathi namhlanje. Thank you for accepting our invitation. Thank you for inspiring and motivating us, bro. Siyabonga nje.
Bonga mina mfethu.
So in closing, please just nje uSky nje closing message or motivation to abantu ababukele nje ekhaya. Look at this cam.
And you know, I always pray that they don't give me that part. But yeah, to abantu abahleli ababukele la, from the bottom of my heart, what I would just like to encourage everyone to actually do is just to live life fully. Do not look at a situation and let it determine how you perceive life or the perspective that you have towards life. Just live life as it is. Everyone's got problems, everyone's got challenges. Appreciate those challenges, because they will definitely make you the person you want to be tomorrow. They will shape your life, they will mold you, they will build you, they will make you a better person. Trust me. Trust the process. You want to trust the process. Exactly. Trust the process. No matter how painful it is, don't give up. Never give up. That's not an option. Enjoy the pain, go through it, but don't ever, ever, ever settle in that pain. Don't ever find comfort in that pain. No. Let it hurt you, let it pass, move on. That's all I can say.
Shout out.
Yeah.